Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of 20 Questions with the Green Bay Doulas. I'm your host, Jamie Reichschlager, and I am here today with Paula to talk with her and get to know her a little bit better. So we have, I think, 19 doulas with associated with Green Bay Doulas right now, and so the intent of these sessions is to interview a different doula and post each interview, I think, on a weekly basis. So, hi, Paula. How's it going today?
Hey, good afternoon. I am great. Good to see you, Jamie.
Good. It looks beautiful where you are. Where are you located right now?
Thank you. I live in Astor Park, downtown Green Bay.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, looking out over the cedars today.
Now that it stopped snowing, right? We had like
I
a mini,
know.
that was weird.
That was crazy. But lots of birds. I've seen lots of birds out in the trees today, with
Awesome.
or without the snow. So, yeah, enjoying that.
Welcome to spring, right? Sun and snow and everything in between.
Good for the soul. We love that. Yeah, it's good. Things are greening up out there.
Yeah,
oh, there's still actually
that.
a few snowflakes still, I see.
So why don't you start us off by telling us a little bit about your family, kind of your origin story, and then we'll go from there.
That sounds great. So I grew up in Minnetonka, Minnesota.
Okay.
It's a suburb of Minneapolis. That's where I was born and raised. I'm one of four children. And my husband, Mark, and I have been married for 32 years this May. And we moved to Green Bay in 1992. We had one little boy move along with us. We came to this community kind of fresh and open and all of that. And Mark is an architect. He's working here, being an architect. And my background is social work. When we moved here, I wasn't working. I was raising our family. So we moved here with Bernd. Bear, we call him Bear. He's 28, going to be 29 in another month. Bear is an actor in New York. We have Ava. Ava's 25, and she is in the retail merchandising market in Minneapolis. So Bear and Ava. I went back to work to pursue social work. I was working as a school counselor and wasn't feeling like that's where I was supposed to be. So we decided to build onto our family. So then we added Owen. Owen is 18. And Celia is 16, going to be 17 this summer. So I'm kind of an older mom, kind of a younger. I was the first one to have babies in my group of friends, and then I was the last one to have babies. Celia Jean came along right before I was 40, so that's kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my family, and my two older kids don't live in Green Bay anymore, but yeah, so we have family spread around. It's pretty lovely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Is there so what made you gravitate towards doula work specifically, and like how did you get started with that?
Yeah, the world of doula work just seemed to be like that next logical step in my life. I've always worked with women and children. From the time I was 16 years old, I was driving myself downtown Minneapolis, didn't tell my parents, driving down to the inner city, to work at a crisis nursery there where children from abusive homes could go for safety. And I was 16 years old. I was already like, that's what I wanted to do, work with children and work with families. We didn't work with the families necessarily at that point. But anyway, so my experience with social work has been kind of broad, spanning from my first job out of college was I worked in the battered women's movement. I was a child advocate at a battered women's shelter in Minneapolis area. And boy, lots of other things. I worked as a school social worker in Minneapolis for children from high-risk families. Children had special needs, and I was a social worker there. When we moved to Green Bay, I raised my family for a bit, and then I was in the school counselor role within the private schools, the parochial schools here.
Yeah.
Um, and when the schools consolidated about 10 years ago, I don't sit still much at all. So when I kind of lost my job as school counselor, um, I was a little bit curious about starting something new. So I started my own business, and I started a gardening business that was very successful, and it was really cool. It was social work in a different kind of way. I really cherish those relationships that I made with the clients that I worked with, even though I was doing gardening for them.
Yeah.
We were still, enmeshing each other's lives on a personal level too. So that was a lovely break. It was called Grubby Girl, and I did Grubby Girl for about 8 years. Had great success, but realized it was kind of time for something different. It became physically a lot. It was 60-hour weeks on your hands and knees in the garden,
Yeah.
and it got to be a lot. But when I decided to stop doing Grubby Girl, I had 5 people working for me, most of them women, and I felt really good about that. So basically, I had a little bit of time where I was doing some substitute teaching in the schools and things like that, but I still knew there was something next. I knew there was something coming, and the doula work was something that had piqued my interest. Oh, I don't know, a while ago. And I kept coming back to it. I kept coming back to it. Well, I met Emily Jacobson. So
Of
that was
course.
a cool part of the path. I was at a women's conference, and I ran into her, and we just talked briefly. And it was lovely because she said to me, I told her, I said, I want to hear more about becoming a doula. And she said, oh my gosh, I don't know if she said answered prayer or something like, I just put out in the universe that we wanted to have kind of an older, I don't know how she said it, gray haired, whatever,
More
um,
experience.
more experienced. We're looking for a woman to join our team like that. And I
Yeah.
just thought that was perfect. So
Yeah.
it kind of led me a little bit closer on that path. And so I just started looking into it and got serious about wanting to become a doula. I soon learned after reading and looking into it that labor and delivery was not um, my place, and I
Yeah.
was thrilled to just call myself a postpartum doula. I knew that was me. That was
Yeah.
the next chapter. It was the next chapter of my life, and I haven't done it very long because when I got my first client, I worked with them for 9 months. No, not 9 months. 4 months, 4 and 5 months. I got certified about 9 months ago, and then I got this client, and now we are where we at with our world in 2020. So I look forward to the next phase of my doula work and being able to be there for families and support and
Yeah.
empower. But so yeah, I feel like I'm right where I need to be with my next phase of life. This doula work we're a good match. It's
Yeah.
good.
Gosh, and what an incredible resource you are to Green
Thank
Bay
you.
doulas with all of the just the broad range of experiences and perspective that you have with all of that work that you did before. And there are like so many things I want to unpack about what you just said. So first of all, I know a lot of 16-year-old, well, not right now because I'm like older, but back in the day, I knew of 16-year-olds who were also leaving with their parents' cars or their cars or whatever and not telling them, but not to go and volunteer at these
Oh,
places, you know?
that's a good point. Yeah.
When
Not that
you
I
said that,
wasn't
I'm
doing
like,
others. Not
yeah,
that
when
I
you
wasn't
said
doing
that, I'm
other
like,
stuff.
what kind of stuff are you getting into, Paula? But that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing that you went to do that. And
And I don't know how that happened. I look back and I was like, I was 16. I was doing all that other stuff too. And, being a teenager, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's a God thing or what, but I just kind of ended up there, and I just felt so made out for that work. I just,
yeah,
at 16. So,
that's so
I've
cool.
just been a helper. I've been, that person who just, I kind of like to be in the mix of it, be right in the middle of whatever I can.
Yeah.
And yeah, and being a part of Green Bay Doulas is fantastic. The energy and the wisdom of the women that are a part of our group are just, it inspires me every day. I love being the gray-haired one in the group. I do.
Well, we love you here. We
Thank
absolutely
you.
do. The second thing that I need to ask you is about
Yeah.
gardening, because my thumbs are not that green. I try to be
Yeah.
that way. But so what's your favorite thing to like plant and grow, and what are your like priorities at this time of year? What should I be doing?
Oh, well, that's a loaded question. First of all, my experience again, which I have many years of, I used to be very experimental, like get out there and plant this crazy flower that, I used to try doing all sorts of, not crazy, but just maybe more experimental, because I love the
Yeah.
color of the leaf or whatever. Excuse me. I spent a lot of money planting things and they would die, because you can't do that in Wisconsin. You have to be pretty, you have to be pretty purposeful of what you're planting. So I live very shaded. I have tons of trees, so I have very shaded um, property here.
Yeah.
So my thing is low maintenance, shade loving. So some people might not love that because you don't get a lot of flowers in the shade, but I love hosta. I love begonia, um, you know, ground covers, um, all of that. So I kind of go low maintenance. I love to be able to, you know, enjoy it without fussing.
Yep.
However, I do fantasize about having a cutting garden where you can go out every day and cut your own little bouquet for your kitchen
Yeah.
table. I haven't quite done that, but that's a lovely part if you have a sunny spot to
Yeah.
do a cutting garden. I would love that. And I'm kind of so on the veggies. I don't do really well with it. I'll do a lot. I'll grow a lot of not a lot, but I will grow herbs and that type of thing, as opposed to veggies. Don't have the best of luck with that. Tomatoes, of course, you can do, but so yeah, it was lovely to be able to provide that for other people and, you know, teach them a little bit. So
That's awesome.
I'll give you gardening advice anytime, Jamie.
Good. And we're recording, so I have you on record for that, because
Yes, that's
I
right.
kill stuff all the time, Paula. I'm the same way. I plant it, but then a lot of it dies, but I'm persistent. I was planting cabbage in our garden and I was 41 weeks and 3 or 4 days pregnant.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I'm
That's
like, this is
good.
ridiculous. Why am I doing this? But yeah, so
Well,
anyway, we'll talk about that later.
it's because you're curious. Yeah, I would love to. I can.
Yeah.
When we can see each other face to face, I would love to dig in the garden with you and Lincoln. That'd be fun.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Awesome. And I had no idea about the gardening thing. So I'm super happy that we're having this
Oh,
conversation right now.
it
Mostly
was
selfish.
it was a lovely chapter. I just absolutely loved it. I tooled around. I drove a blue Eurovan pulling a blue trailer, and it was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's see. So we have a lightning round
Yeah.
of questions set up, and these are just meant to be like super fun and just like say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, okay. I can do
Sound
that.
good? Okay. We'll start off easy. Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
Talking or texting?
Oh, talking for sure.
What's something that you could eat for a week straight?
Oh, rice and beans?
Super strength or invisibility cloak?
Super strength or invisibility. Oh, like I could pick my own strength of
Yeah.
some sort. Oh, yeah, super strength. Yeah, for sure.
What's your middle name?
Catherine, Paula Catherine.
Say something in Spanish.
Oh, me llamo es Paula.
Everyone's been so good at that. That's like,
Really?
yeah.
I can
It's
speak a
impressive.
little Spanish and a little German. I'm not very good at either, but I can, yeah.
Nice. What is your favorite city besides Green Bay?
Oh, Minneapolis and then Münster, Germany. That's two. Minneapolis.
Nice. Have you been to Europe much?
Well, my husband, he's from Germany, even though he was born here. He was born here
Okay.
shortly after his parents came here. We were married in Germany, and we've been a few times to visit. He has
Awesome.
still a lot of cousins and a lot of family in Münster. Yeah.
I
We
learned
hope
so
to go
many
there
things.
again.
Me too.
Yeah. Have you been to Germany at
No,
all? Oh,
no, I haven't been. I would love to go.
mhm. It's
Uh,
the old towns and the old cities are just so lovely.
yeah. I
Yeah.
have family like from Belgium that
Okay.
we have um like an abbey named after like my
Your family?
maiden name. Yeah. So
Okay.
that would be really cool to see one time. But anyway,
Cool.
next
Yes.
question is what's the last book you read?
Oh, I just got done reading just yesterday. Read to the Bone. Read to the Bone. Um, it was a book for my women's book club, which sadly enough we're not meeting right now, but it's right on my bedside. Jacqueline Woodson, Read to the Bone. It was okay. It's pretty good.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
um, I would say 8 because I hate to drive in the dark these days.
What's your favorite season?
Gosh, that shouldn't be hard. Right now I will say spring, rebirth, spring. I have two spring babies too of my own,
Oh,
so
nice.
that's always special time.
Yeah. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Favorite summer activity?
Camping, hiking and camping.
Okay. And the last rapid fire question, what is for dinner tonight? Since we
Oh,
all need ideas.
fish tacos tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm trying to decide if we're doing baked fish or like throw in the oven fish, but one of the two. Yeah, we love fish tacos at our house.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Paula, thanks so much for joining today and talking with me. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about yourself?
Um, I guess I would just say maybe to reiterate, um, being affiliated with Green Bay Doulas and you and the 17 others is just really a blessing to me. And I just feel like that's where I'm supposed to be right now. And I hope that I can continue to be all that Green Bay Doulas wants me to be, and just to continue to be there for women and families really in any way I can. Um, you know, being the older, wiser one, sometimes you know, I'm always like, hey, I'm here to help. But I feel like I need to do more, like rather than just saying, hey, I'm over here, I'll help whenever you need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just am feeling great about where we are, Green Doulas, with the growth that we're doing. And I'm just glad to be a part of it and blessed to be a postpartum doula.
Yeah. I feel the same way. And we just love having you.
Thanks.
I feel like we have that mindset of, being a contribution to the community. And I think that's what makes it so special. And we all bring something different. So I love doing these interviews, and I thank you for coming on with me today.
Oh, thank you. I'm just so glad it worked out. And thank you for asking me. I feel like we could talk all day, Jamie.
I know.
Right?
We will end it.
Yes.
But yeah, if anyone has additional questions for Paula, feel free to put them in the comments below. And I know all the doulas are really happy to answer questions and engage, and we want to be there for the community. So
We do. We want to be there. This is an interesting time for us right now. But we are here for women, postpartum families, birthing women. And, I know that Emily and all the doulas are just kind of reinventing how we support and what that looks like. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm just amazed at Emily Jacobson and all that she does. But thanks for your time, and hopefully we can connect face to face, and cheers, right? One of these days again.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I'll look forward to that.
Yeah, thanks.
All
Peace.
right.
Take
Thanks for
care.
joining. This has been 20 Questions with the Green Bay Doulas and Paula. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.